dengan mencoba mengaitkannya, ada masalah dan tantangan yang kita hadapi. Pada pluralisme, saya kira mungkin sering dilihat, ya, masing-masing kelompok agama ada kelompok garis keras, tidak hanya Islam. Jadi kelompok garis keras, fundamentalis ada di kalangan Islam. Dan terus terang kami yang berada di kepemimpinan ormas Islam nggak bisa untuk mengontrol ini. Muhammadiyah mengklaim punya 35 juta anggota. NU harus lebih, 50 atau 60 juta. Ya. Yang lain. Itu total seluruh ormas Islam hanya 100 juta. Sementara ada 207 juta Muslim di Indonesia. Jadi ada 100 juta yang nggak terurus. Nah ini yang sering berperilaku macam-macam gitu, termasuk garis kerasnya. Nggak usah saya sebut nama lah gitu. Dan akhirnya menggunakan nama Islam melakukan kekerasan, kita tidak bisa mentolerir gitu. Sekali mereka melakukan tindak kekerasan itu bertentangan dengan agama gitu. Maka memang mengganggu ya kemajemukan Indonesia yang sudah damai, kemudian apa tadi unity and diversity, karena mereka mau menang sendiri dan termasuk juga nanti dalam hubungan antar umat beragama gitu. Nah, saya ingin tutup saja, ada masalah-masalah dan tantangan termasuk dalam pelaksanaan demokrasi good governance. Saya kira ini kalau bisa kita rembuk bersama, kita atasi secara bersama-sama sebagaimana budaya bangsa Indonesia. Sebenarnya budaya orang Indonesia, mengapa Pak Dubes anggota atau apa jumlah diasporanya nggak terlalu banyak ya? Saya pikir ini pengaruh pepatah Jawa ya, mangan orang mangan asal ngumpul. Akhirnya habis sekolah seperti saya dan Pak Anies kangen pulang ke kampung halaman ya. Sedikit yang mau bertahan di sini. Dan yang berada di sini juga pada rindu kampung halaman. Kapan-kapan ingin mudik juga gitu. Oleh karena itu, dengan kebersamaan yang sudah menjadi tradisi kita, saya yakin masalah-masalah yang kita hadapi akan bisa kita atasi bersama. Dan saya termasuk yang optimis. Indonesia sebagai negara besar dari sudut jumlah penduduk, sumber daya manusia, sumber daya alam paling kaya raya ya. Saya kira survei di Amerika ya, Indonesia itu masuk 10 besar dari semua natural resources yang diperlukan dunia. Indonesia juara 1, ada yang juara 2, ada yang juara paling juara 6 gitu, dalam 10 besar gitu. Yang tahu jangan tepuk tangan dulu, tapi sayang pendaya gunanya belum semaksimal instrumental untuk kesejahteraan rakyat. Inilah tugas kita bersama, baik yang berdiaspora di dalam negeri, ada juga loh dari kota ke kota, daerah ke daerah, maupun yang berdiaspora di luar negeri, untuk bisa membangun negeri yang kita cintai. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih Pak Din, sangat menarik ya. Bahkan Pak Din Samsudin sudah melonjak ke topik yang sebenarnya tadinya saya ingin arahkan ke bagian kedua, yaitu mengenai demokrasi and good governance. Jadi sekarang saya berikan kesempatan kepada tamu kita dari Australia, Pak Amin Hadi. Beliau adalah kalau kita di Amerika, di New York punya Pak Samsi Ali, kita di Australia punya Pak Amin Hadi yang juga merupakan interfaith di sana dan menjadi imam masjid di Zetland di Sydney. Jadi mungkin barangkali yang bisa Bapak berikan apa resep-resep barangkali semacam kerukunan beragama di Australia yang bisa kita terapkan dan kita jadikan best practices di Indonesia, Pak. Waktu saya silakan pada Pak Amin Hadi, silakan.
Terima kasih, Pak. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat sore. Selamat sore dan salam sejahtera untuk kita semuanya. Bagi salam 21 menit. Saya diminta oleh panitia untuk menyampaikan paper mengenai pluralism dan kita di dalam bahasa Inggris. Jadi saya baru mendapat kepastian untuk berangkat ke hari Rabu minggu yang lalu, sehingga saya coret-coret sedikit. So I have been asked by the committee to prepare papers in English with this topic, and I got very limited time to prepare it. I think with the aim of the variety of the audience, because some of you maybe do not speak Bahasa, so perhaps I have to deliver this paper in English. But before I start with, I remember the story when the Prime Minister of Japan he was inaugurated in the negotiation to visit USA, and the protocol department said to him that you have to prepare to say only 3 words in English. It is to say good morning and how are you and I'm too. When you say good morning, the president of USA at the time was Bill Clinton. So when you say good morning, the president will say to you good morning, and then he will say how are you, and then you say I'm good, and you? So he will say what? I'm good. So along the way he tried to remember this 3 words, and the protocol said the rest duty to us, to the interpreter and the protocol department. So he kept fumbling and remembering, not making dhikr, but rather memorizing the words. Good morning, how are you, and what's the last word? I am too. So when he met president, in the time was Bill Clinton, he said, good morning. So the president said, I'm fine. And he said, how are you? But he was nervous and saying, who are you? The president was worried, was wondering, he must know I am Bill Clinton, and he must know I am the president of. I said, but he asked me, who are you? So he said, I am Hillary's husband. Then the PM says, I am too. So if you don't understand me, please be smart as Clinton. Try to understand what I'm trying to say in English. And I'm looking at pluralism and then the government, and perhaps in the question in the Q&A section, perhaps I'll shed a light a bit on the interfaith dialogue we have in the previous slide. So, introduction about pluralism. We can see pluralism from 2 different perspectives. Number 1, it is religious pluralism. Religious pluralism is a commonly used term with several distinct meanings. Depending on the context, the term covers a wide variety of theological, philosophical, and political discussions. At least 4 different concepts can be implied by religious pluralism, though it revolves around the central idea of different religious belief systems working together. Religious pluralism is often used as synonym for religious tolerance, although the 2 concepts have distinct meanings. Religious tolerance implies that each person is entitled to their own set of beliefs without judgment and conformity to some culture or societal standard. It is a doctrine of religious tolerance that is implicit in the United States Constitution, which grants the right of freedom of religion. While religious pluralism includes tolerance, it is more broad term that asserts that possible religious truth and value exist in many different doctrines, not solely that of particular individuals. Religious pluralism is a single word with multiple definitions and are found throughout the English language. It can be found most frequently in the field of religion. It could mean religious inclusivism. It also means religious tolerance. It could also mean religious ecumenism and also religious diversity. Some religious pluralism and diversity, we consider the 2 as synonyms. That is, pluralism as a simple recognition of the fact that there are many different faith groups active in the country. Using this definition, religious pluralism is a statistical fact according to the data which is collected by some researchers. Now, religious pluralism involves inter-religious dialogues. Another definition relates to the most basic form of ecumenism, where individuals of different religions dialogue and learn from each other without attempting to convince each other of the correctness of the individual set of views. Although in this regard, we acknowledge the fact that people from different regions or from different denominations within a single religion have communication difficulties. It is a fact that we must acknowledge, either within a set of religion or within interaction between all faith, we have this kind of problem. So this paper underlines the importance of interfaith dialogue. This is also part of my activities, which refer to a cooperative, constructive, and positive interaction between people of different religious traditions. In fact, not only religious tradition, but also spiritual or humanistic belief at both individual and institutional levels. It is distinct from syncretism. Some people sometimes confuse when you are involved in interfaith dialogue. It seems that that you see all religions are the same, so that embrace all religions at the same time. It is of course different than this kind of understanding. Now, political pluralism. In general sense, pluralism is the acknowledgement of diversity, as I said earlier. In politics, pluralism is often considered by proponents of modern democracy to be the interest of its citizens, and so political pluralism is one of its most important features. The term pluralism is also used to denote a theoretical standpoint on state and power, which, to varying degrees, suggests that pluralism is an adequate model of how power is distributed in societies. In democratic politics, pluralism is a guiding principle which permits the peaceful coexistence between different interests, conviction, and lifestyles. And now the conditions of pluralism. For pluralism to function and to be successful in defining the common good, all groups have to agree to a minimal consensus regarding shared values which tie the different groups in society and shared roles for conflict resolution between the groups. The most important value is that of mutual respect and tolerance. That is how each group respects others' faith and belief without interfering in the substance of other faith or belief. It is in fact more than acknowledgement, more than tolerance, but also respect of others' belief and faith. Now, I believe I don't need to talk about democracy. It has been studied in England. But one quote I would like to bring here is what the famous politician Sir Winston Churchill said about democracy. What he said about democracy? He said, "No one pretends that democracy is perfect or all wise. Indeed, it has been said that democracy is the worst form of government, except all those other forms that have been tried from time to time." It is like cynical quotes, but it is his hobby of Michael Moncur, actually, who collect the quotation from all politicians in cynical way, but it is very interesting, and it is kind of criticism to all the form of system which has been implied, but not in many. Now about democracy in Indonesia. Since the 1998 Reformasi, which brought the fall of Suharto regime and marked the beginning of new democracy in Indonesia, it has opened new chapter in the political development and change of modern Indonesia. A lot of studies have been done on this. So, of course, it is part of the latest development in political change in Indonesia. Like, for instance, Larry Diamond, who said that Indonesia has improved its freedom house score dramatically more than any